Hi everyone, Steve from the Audiophiles. Welcome. As you can tell, a little bit different background. The Audiophiles took a field trip. My friends from Hi-Fi Center in lovely Gastown, downtown Vancouver, invited me to do an episode here, and I was honored to do it. And behind me, you'll see I have a Pure Fidelity Harmony turntable that I was able to test, I think, and from my title of my video, you'll see one of the most underrated, best sounding one-steps that Mobile Fidelity has right now. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't, please, hey, check that subscription button. Click it. Please subscribe to my channel. When we hit 2,000 subscribers, giving away more prizes. And again, guys, if you've subscribed already, thank you so much. It means the world to me. So let's get started right now on the Audiophiles. Welcome back, guys. What an exciting episode. Now, Mobile Fidelity has released so far to date 19 one-steps. A lot of you guys have them or have listened to them all. The only one that I don't own, just for disclaimer, is of course Santana's Brassicus. I was too late in the game for that one, unfortunately. I'm not going to buck up and pay, what is it, up to $2,000 for that right now. But the other 18 that have been released so far, they all sound great, obviously. But there's one that I truly feel is underrated, sounds amazing. I was able to test it today. Behind me, like I said from my opening, I'm at the Hi-Fi Center in downtown Vancouver. We call it Gastown here. I got to play it on a $16,000 turntable. This is the Pure Fidelity Harmony turntable. The amp is an Aavik acoustics amp, and the speakers behind me are Sonos Faber speakers. The whole system retails here at the store for about $50,000. So it was quite a treat to listen to this most underrated one-step. Now you're probably wondering, what one-step can it be? I want to reveal that to you. Here it is. This is Yes Fragile One-Step, or Fragile One-Step, or if you've ever seen the movie A Christmas Story by the Canadian director Bob Clark, Fragile. You'll get that if you've seen the movie. I feel, and not just me, others in the industry that I've spoken with, some of my viewers, really feel this is one of the best sounding one-steps that Mobile Fidelity has released. Like I said, there's been 19 released so far. The 20th should be Eric Clapton in the coming weeks as well. But this one here sounds amazing, and it sounds absolutely incredible. I'll turn over here on this turntable behind me. And I think the reason why it's underrated is it's Yes. I'm not a big fan of Yes. I actually had to pull, I have a lot of original classic rock vinyl records from my garage. I pulled the Fragile original 1972 pressing that I have. A Canadian version sounds muddy, doesn't sound anything too hot or great. And like I said before, I was never a big Yes fan, so it's not something I go out and listen to. So I don't know if that's the reason why it's so underrated, but that is how I'm feeling in terms of what I'm hearing from it. So Yes, the band Yes, this is their 4th studio album, released in November of 1971. This album, guys, went on to sell over 2 million copies. Incredible. Now I'm going to focus, and I did focus on 2 songs here today with the Pure Fidelity Harmony turntable behind me. And oh, by the way, it is actually made in Canada as well, which is kind of cool. So really having a Canadian theme here today for all of my friends worldwide. And I'd like to thank everyone as well. I've got a lot of viewers from Australia and of course from the United States and Germany. Kind of cool to be all over the world. So thank you guys for that. Hope you're enjoying. So I focused on 2 songs of this album today. The first song, of course, being Roundabout, which is probably one of their biggest songs. It's the first track on this album. Now, I really feel this album, guys, tests great on your gear, on your hi-fi equipment. If you want to wow some friends, play this album. It really does rank up there with Donald Fagen's Nightfly as well. Probably even better sounding. I truly feel it does sound better. Now, the reason why I focused on Roundabout, and the other song that I focused on was Heart of Sunrise, is because you really get to hear all the different instruments that Yes plays. So for instance, you get the electric and acoustic guitars, of course the bass, and the bass on all of these songs, and especially on Roundabout, incredible. Just, it lights up the room. You get the Hammond organ, you get the mellotron, the harpsichord, the mini Moog, and the grand piano. I mean, they're playing everything, and of course the drums and the percussion. They're playing everything on this song, and of course on Heart of Sunrise they're playing that as well. So what did I hear? I mean, you're hearing different layers of music on this album, and stuff that you probably I didn't hear from my original Canadian version. I mean, there's subtle nuances that you hear a lot throughout the album, especially on the Roundabout song. I mean, like I said, it's layered. It's just such an immersive experience for the listener that I think you really need to listen to this album, maybe not as, oh, this is a Yes, this is the band Yes, I don't like it, but listen to it from more of a creative standpoint. Listen to it the way they structured the songs and the chords and the music and the way it was produced, and listen to it that way with an open mind. And trust me guys, you will not be disappointed with this after you hear this album. It's an incredible experience, and like I said, it's a real immersive experience. And you know, behind me on this system here, you know, it was incredible to listen to it, and it, you know, MoFi really brought out all of the master tapes on this one. It was mastered just perfectly as well. And then with the other song, the last song on this album, Heart of Sunrise, you'll really, really enjoy how this song, how the intensity of this song builds with all the instruments. And again, being one-step, being cut at 45 RPM on the super vinyl, crystal clear as you can imagine, and they really captured it all here. So, and it's a great deal too. You can still get it in the aftermarket on Discogs, just over $200, one of the cheapest one-steps around. So have a look at that. Definitely something that if you don't own a one-step, and maybe if you're a Yes fan, this is a great one to have, obviously. But yeah, from just testing your hi-fi gear, man, this one is killer. You will not be, you'll not be disappointed with this one. It was incredible. For all you hi-fi collectors, enthusiasts wanting the best sounding vinyl, it's been a big month, April. I mean, we had Analogue Productions, Jimi Hendrix Are You Experience come out. We've had Craft Recordings just come out, and I'll talk about that right away as well, with a new Miles Davis super vinyl. And of course, we've had more and more MoFi pressings come out as well. So let me start first with Craft Recordings. As you might recall, a few months ago, I can't remember now how long ago it was, but Craft Recordings started with their small batch one-step, using the same super vinyl as Mobile Fidelity, the Neotech compound super vinyl. And they came out with John Coltrane's Lush Life to begin with, limited to 1,000 on the small batch. And I know lots tried to order that online when it was first released, and there was major, I guess, bots buying it, and it just didn't work out, and especially limited to 1,000, it was very tough to get. And then they came out with Yusef Lateef's small batch one-step, limited to 1,000. This one is called Eastern Sounds. It was mastered by Bernie Grunman. And if anyone, I mean, I guess only 2,000 people have these albums so far. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty cool the way they package it. It's a little bit, it's not as thick as the One-Step or the Analogue Productions, and it all slides out nicely like this, with, of course, the album, and then a nice little poster as well. And then, of course, the album is inside the jacket here. So Craft Recordings did something a little bit, I think, smarter this time. If you had signed up to their email subscription list, you got a pre-order email with a special code to then order on the weekend Miles Davis, Relaxing with Miles Davis Quintet, the next small batch one-step that's coming out, and this time they limited it to 5,000. And when I checked this morning, there was still availability on the Craft Recordings website, so grab one if you can. That should be shipping anytime as well. So very excited about that one. That should be pretty cool as well. And then more stuff that's been coming out, and I'm a huge Rush fan because I'm Canadian. Here it is, Rush's Moving Pictures 40th anniversary. Can you believe it right now? Of course, I don't know if this is their biggest hit, but one of my favorite songs, Tom Sawyer, on this one. Now, this is a This is a 5 LP deluxe box. Now this was taken from the 2015 mastered recordings. It was actually half-speed mastered, and it was mastered by Sean McGee, I guess his name is. He is known for cutting the lacquers for the 2014 Beatles mono pressings, the collection, so we know he did a heck of a job there. I haven't had a chance to listen to this set yet, but I was excited to get in. It's a great value. I mean, $99 US. I mean, you can't go wrong with that as well. Again, cut at half speed by Sean McGee. Direct metal mastering as well. I mean, great value if you're a huge Rush fan. Excited to blast this one today. I think I'll blast it on the equipment behind me after this as well. So, MOFI news. Got an email pretty much right after I ordered my latest craft recordings Miles Davis One-Step. MOFI came out and released 3 new SA CDs. Mark Knopfler's Local Hero, The Young Rascals' Groovin', and Elvis Presley's Blue Hawaii. Just completely out of the blue, no pun intended. I do have Mark Knopfler's Local Hero on I have the Abbey Road cut. I like that one. I'm not a huge fan of that album per se, but I mean, I'm of course a Dire Straits and Knopfler fan, so I have to own it. And you know, I did order the Young Rascals Grooving SACD, and of course I had to. Now, this is my second Elvis Presley album I've ever purchased. If you remember one of my last videos, my first Elvis Presley MOFI that I purchased. So I'll listen to that one. The Blue Hawaii should be quite interesting. And then that's the MOFI news. And then lastly, I know I want to see Pink Floyd be released on either Mobile Fidelity's One-Step or Analogue Productions UHQR. Will it happen? I don't know. I mean, we're probably dreaming, or of course a Led Zeppelin set through through Analogue Productions, through the UHQR process. I don't know if that's going to happen. We might be dreaming, but I do think this is on my wish list. Let's put it out there. Maybe MOFI or Analogue Productions, if you're listening. I want to see Tracy Chapman's debut album remastered by Mobile Fidelity in One-Step or Analogue Productions in UHQR format. Wouldn't that be incredible? This is one of the best debut albums. It's hard to find a clean copy of this album on vinyl. If you go to Discogs, they're very expensive. It's very hard to find, and it's an incredible album. If you don't have it, maybe stream it so you can hear it for yourself. But this album is the one that I want to see either on One-Step through Mobile Fidelity or Analogue Productions. I really want to see this. I mean, I think it would just be incredible to listen to this one remastered. Well, guys, until next time, thank you. I'm going to start cranking up some of my albums here and now. I want to thank the Hi-Fi Center at 433 Carroll Street here in Vancouver in Gastown. Guys, if you're ever in Vancouver, check them out. The equipment here is incredible. So, like I keep saying all the time, start playing that vinyl, keep playing that vinyl, and turn it up really loud. Until next time, have a great day.